Hello, hello. So this is kind of fun because it's a different time of day for me to show up and do a Destination Decluttered TikTok live. Hello, hello. I know this is an odd. I'm usually the early bird, the East Coast early bird, but I decided that I am looking at my map of the U.S. of where my clients are, where the people I'm helping get decluttered and live a life they love. Where are you at? And I realized my East Coast people are well represented. I love the East Coast. I love all the coasts. I love the middles. I just love, as I like to say. And what I want to offer is I am showing up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon East Coast time in order to also show up for the folks in the middle and the West Coast, okay? So the funny thing is, too, is it's almost like, do you guys, I know this is a deep cut, trust me. There's a thing called yacht rock. Before it became like a music genre, as it were, there was a really funny kind of self-made video thing. And it's like, hey, you just caught me doing like, oh, how casual, you know? But actually, if you hear some music in the background, my husband and a music friend of ours are in the other room, and they just went out to lunch, brought me a little snacky snackerson. So I'm going to take a quick bite of that, but before I do, and while people are tuning in, so Mally Cat, nice to see you. Miss Crentis, nice to see you too. Gosh, I probably mangles people's names here. Jordizzle, Faux Shizzle, yo. Ashley Alexander 713, nice to see you. Ketty Cervantes, nice to see you. Sandra, this is kind of fun. To me, this reminds me of Peter Pickles. Hey, Peter Pickles. Ashley and Blair Beauty, nice to see you. House Harlot, ooh, see you. Amanda Congdon, this is kind of fun. People just popping in. Sharon Chamberlain, Leslie Strongbird Palace, Chloette, Jennifer, oh my gosh, welcome everybody. Leona, Katie, Amanda, the ever hopeful gardener, how cool is that? Susan Hauer, Lorianne. I could say names all day, but what I want to do is I want to make the most, and Lynn, thank you, Lynn from South Carolina. Nice to meet you, Lynn from South Carolina, and all the people who are tuning in so far. My name is Beth, but I would I'm broadcasting live from Pennsylvania, but I would much rather you remember Destination Decluttered, okay? That's why I am here. Excuse me. I am here live on TikTok for the next hour to help you. Boo, 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 you. I am here to help you get uncluttered, get unstuck, and really to get that stuff out of the way so you can start living the life you love. Are you sick of being cluttered? All right, my friend, well, let's do something about it. I was on a consultation call. I do one-on-one, just to be very clear, I do one-on-one coaching with clients on Zoom from all over the country. That's why I'm showing up late today to say hey to the West Coast folks, so I'm not early birding them. But what I want to offer is I was on a coaching call today, just going to pop up my emails, with a client who was saying she was so tired of thinking she was so great. She was so psyched that we were coaching together because prior to coaching, she felt like a victim. She felt like a victim of her stuff, that she was overwhelmed and stuck and couldn't move. She was a victim that she couldn't do stuff. And the cool thing is, I'm not tooting my own horn because this all had everything to do with her. She says, since coaching, she feels better. She feels better about herself. She doesn't feel like a victim anymore. She says, I can do this. I am a fixer. If I see, she literally said, and I know she won't mind, I'm not going to share details, but she says, I look at a pile, and instead of saying, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed, I can't do this, I'm a victim, she says, oh, I can handle that. What a cool feeling. Just in a few weeks to go from, I can't deal, I'm overwhelmed, I'm a victim, to I can handle this, and your home and life start to look and feel better, okay? So that's why I show up. I do these TikTok lives to answer your questions. What questions do you have for me? What is keeping you stuck? And how can we get you going before you join it and become a client of mine? If you want one-on-one coaching, honestly, oh, look at this. Somebody else literally just booked a consultation. That's how you start. This is totally not pre-planned, but I just put a bunch of consultation sections on my calendar. That's how coaching starts with me. I'll just let you know that really quickly while I wait for people to sign in. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good morning, and good night, as my husband would say. And If you want me as your one-on-one coach, I am telling you with sincerity and authority and all the good stuff, the no bullshit thing, that my life has zoomed forward in the direction that I wanted to when I admitted I only could do what I knew how to do, that I got help, that I paid for help, that I got coaching. It has paid itself back so many ways, so many days. So if you're interested in me, who knows? Maybe we're just meeting. You don't know me. I am a Gen Xer. I grew up as a cluttered person. My family is cluttered. I got ADHD in the mix. I am me. I show up, but I'm here to help you. Okay? And that's what I'm going to do today. So if you're interested in coaching, sign up for a consultation. You do that on my Destination Decluttered website. That's called destinationdecluttered.com. I also have a mailing list, and I just an email just hit, and I should have waited. I'm such a maroon sometimes. I should have waited until after this in case anybody signed up for the Destination Decluttered email mailing list. Oh, well, you know what? I'm a human. I'm still figuring this stuff out, right? If you sign up for the email mailing list, you get invited to the, the welcome email you get has the link to next week's group Zoom, group Zoom that only happens for people on the mailing list. So you'll be all set. Never mind. I take it back. I'm kind of a maroon, but it's okay. So let's hit the ground running. Let's make the most of our time together, okay? M. Gasperi, I need to sort and purge. Get like items together. Like items together, a phrase that I've lived with for decades. But very little space to do this effectively. Okay, notice this. Any space is good space. I love the fact that you realize that that you need to, in order to make your life look and feel better, your home look and feel better, to function better, part of that is a process of sorting and purging. And purging is just, purging just means getting rid of the stuff that doesn't serve you. And you do need some space to do that, but you can create space. Push aside some stuff on the floor and do that. Now, I'm saying you can create temporary space to do this, and I'm saying you may not need as much space as you think. Because what I want you to notice that you might do, and I'm just trying to save you, from doing something that might make things more overwhelming, is do a little bit of sorting and purging at a time. Do not try to do too much. So maybe the fact that you don't have a lot of space to do it is going to make it easier for you, because it's going to keep your focus down. You're not going to get overwhelmed by saying, I have to do all of my clothes or all of the dishes or every single cupboard. Don't empty out everything all at once. All or nothing, perfection, that is stuff that's going to not work out for you. Every little bit helps. I swear, if I was ever the tattoo kind of person, I would remind myself every little bit helps. At this stage, honestly, I'm of an age that if I did that, it would probably bleed in. I couldn't even read it, right? But what I want to offer is everybody, start small. Just start. If you don't get started, you can't move forward. But start small. What's one step you can take today to get decluttered? You know one step. You may not know all the steps. I don't know all the steps to get from Pennsylvania to Palm Springs, as I like to say. It's a road trip. Start with what you know how to do, but just start. Start small, start, and repeat. Lather, rinse, repeat. Do it over and over again. Okay? You got this. Is another thing that I would tell myself on a a tattoo. All right. The Glitter Ranch is saying the sentimental stuff hangs me up and wants to sell some things, but it's so much work to sell. Okay, Glitter Ranch, I love this. Let me help you with this, okay? Because when I help you, I'm going to help other people too. Sentimental stuff is a layer of clutter, is a category of clutter. And these categories of clutter, the way I coach about it, and this is going to help you put it into perspective, the categories of clutter are in a certain order. They're in a certain hierarchy. I start with surface clutter, then we go to stored clutter, and then we deal with sentimental stuff. Okay? So Glitter Ranch and anybody else, if your surfaces are looking good, if your home is looking and feeling and functioning like you want it to, because there's nothing on the surfaces, whatever, rock on with your bad self, then check yourself before you wreck yourself. I said that on a coaching call today because I am Gen X and I speak fluent pop culture language, except my awesome client is probably a decade older than me. I don't know if she got it. Anyhow, what I want to offer is surface clutter, First one, easiest one. Second one, stored clutter. Stored clutter, it's behind a door or in a drawer. So it's in your closets, right? In your closets, in your bureaus, every room that has something that is kind of hidden, stored. You got to sort that before you store it. Deal with those two categories of clutter in that order before you even deal with the sentimental clutter. What this is going to allow you to do is do two things. It's going to give you the look and feel of your home, looking and feeling more like you want it. It will also give you practice, like going to the gym and starting with the easy small weights. Look at me, I'm working out with weights. Anybody remember that? That was like the Sports Illustrated, like VHS, thing. Rachel Hunter, working out with weights. See what I tell you? This is how my brain works, but I'm sharing my brain with you, the good, the bad, the facts of life, all right? So notice, start with the easy stuff. Start with the things, and this is what decluttering is. Decluttering is you making a decision on, do I want this thing in my life or not? And the thing that's going to help you make that decision is starting with your destination. What do you want your home to look like? Hint, if it doesn't look good now, how is it not looking good? And flip it to the opposite. I'm always about the flip side, the other side of this kind of dividing line. What's the opposite? If it's cluttered, you want it uncluttered. If it's messy, you want it clean. If it's chaotic, you want it calm, right? So just notice that, Glitter Ranch. And then sentimental. Now, sentimental stuff does get all of us. I'm a sentimental person like nobody's business, but I don't let that get in my way. Notice the thing about your sentimental clutter. You will notice that it is a sentimental piece of clutter when it tells you a story and it makes you feel a feeling. And that story and feeling can be good, can be bad, can be indifferent, can be all sorts of things, okay? So just notice that and get practice on making decisions that align. Notice this. I thought a line is aligned. God, I love using the language. So much fun. Aligned with how you want your life, your home to look and feel, regardless of the sentimental stuff that you may have inherited, okay? Treat yourself kindly in the decluttering of the sentimental stuff. The sentimental stuff will take the most energy. The sentimental stuff will be kind of the bumpy road, but it's going to be the bumpy road to love, Now I'm riffing on whatever Sinatra, right? Okay, but notice it's going to be bumpy. You're going to feel the feels, but you're going to get through it, and then you'll make a decision that feels right to you, and then you're going to be so much closer to having your home and your life looking and feeling and functioning the way you want. This is how I coach, okay? I have fun with it. I don't know about you guys, but if something is not fun, if I am not engaged, I remember this from 5th grade, and probably all of my report cards. When I was interested in a topic, if I got interested, engaged in a topic, I would do well. But if it was boring to me, if I didn't see why I was doing it, oh my God, I was there daydreaming about running off to California and living in the Monkeys beach house, right? So just notice, I try to make it fun. I make it fun for me, and hopefully it makes it fun for you, because when you're laughing and your brain is like, oh, that's kind of a different way to think about it, you're going to learn something, okay? T-Site says, I'm getting a pod. I have started Declutterville. I love it. You're on the road to Declutterville. You're on the decluttering is the journey, and you're going to Declutterville. Rock on with your bad self. Oh, we got a whole bunch of things here. As I do when I am reading. A small bag a day, says Barefoot Eclectic 303. Yes, every little bit helps. A small bag a day. T-Site, I'm giving stuff away. Goodwill, making a t-shirt quilt, and simply throwing it out. All those things are great ways. I have a t-shirt quilt. I should probably bring it in here to show people. It was my rock and roll t-shirts. I have one. I had one made for my husband's t-shirts, because I don't fit in them anymore. Some of my rock and roll t-shirts I wore for decades until I went through the change and COVID and decided I was sick of beating my body up for trying to be bigger. And now I just try to love myself, but I made an awesome quilt with all my rock and roll t-shirts. I hope you do that too. Oh, Alexis won Josh. My son is a celebrity tattoo artist. That is so cool. I think I am. Did anybody ever read the, what's his name? John Waters has a book. I think it was called Hitchhiking. And he jokes about being in the freak show, being the only person of his generation that had no tattoos. I think I'm going to be the same. I have thought about getting a tattoo literally since 1985, 6. I'm so glad I didn't get some of the ones back then, but it's fun to dream of. But that's cool. You have a celebrity tattoo artist. That's awesome. There we go. Let me see. All or nothing. Yeah, all or nothing. And Gaspari, let me offer this. Somebody here, I wish I knew who it was. I would give props to it. Somebody says, when I think all or nothing, I typically get nothing. Because you say, if I can't do it all, I'm going to do nothing. So you do nothing. Notice these extremes of perfection, of all or nothing. No, we're not going for all or nothing. We're going for a little bit at a time, and we're going for better than it was. And then that better becomes better, okay? Whitney Powell is asking, what if I'm the only one who cleans and organizes? My teenagers are so messy. Okay, well, I think in a way, even if you, I will say, part of a teenager growing up, and trust me, I don't have kids, so I am not a professional parent, but what from observation and being one a few decades ago, I will say this, is to rebel against whatever's going through and try to create your own way. So even if you have a neat house, they may rebel about being messy. Maybe they want to rebel against you. You can't tell me what to do. I'm a grown-up, like that kind of rebelling against, anarchy and all that. So what I want to offer is just get curious about, have they been trained? Do they know how to clean up after themselves? Now, I say this not to say you didn't do that, but like I didn't really learn how to declutter a home or to maintain my own space when I grew up because my mother and my family are cluttered. So I never learned the skills, okay? Or sometimes there are parents that think they are doing the loving thing by doing it for the kid as opposed to allowing them to learn how to do it. That also doesn't really work out. What I want to offer to you is your teenagers are just a few years away from being pushed lovingly out of the nest to live on their own. Possibly. I know things are different money-wise, but just in general, think about it. And think about you helping them learn how to do this themselves. Decluttering is a life skill, you guys. Decluttering is a life skill. Do you think, how cool will it be if you could teach them to say, what's this thing? Do I want this thing in my life or not? And being able to answer it because they know something about themselves, about what they want in their life and what they don't. When you don't know that thing, you run into not trusting yourself and making decisions that may not work out the best. I know this for a stone cold fact because I know when I, in my previous lives, have made decisions that I knew were against my gut, but I tried to override it, and when I did, it just made matters worse. So what I want to offer is, maybe Whitney, start with yourself. Catch yourself on where you're cluttering. Many of my clients who are parents were blaming other people, and then they found out that they too were contributing to it. It's just habits. It's just habits, okay? The other thing too, though, is also set some boundaries. So your kids are in your home temporarily. This is your home. This is all y'all's home, right? But it's also your home permanently. It's theirs temporarily. Everybody in the home, this is how I coach. Everybody in the home should be required to and taught to and expected to participate in the decluttering, the initial decluttering, which is simply reducing the amount of items you have in the home, but then also the maintenance, the maintenance that keeps it decluttered, which is the everyday habits, changing your habits so things don't pile up again. Okay, there we go. T-site, I love this. Whitney, I hope that helps everybody. Just notice that, because you are also teaching yourselves and you're teaching your kids and you're teaching your spouse or your partner. Everybody needs that life skill to say, is this what I want my life to have in it? And if the answer is no, that's okay. You can remove it. All right. T-site is saying, I put the sentimental stuff to the side for later. That way I don't get hung up. Bravo. Excellent idea. I recommend that to my clients. Get a tote, get a place, get a box. Listen to me. That's my Boston accent. Get a box, Johnny. Or put it in a box, Jason. That's what my sister would say. Or that guy from Australia. And there you go. Put the sentimental items in there and deal with it later. I'm not saying never deal with it. I'm not saying avoid it. That's different from saying not no. It's just not now. Okay? I have trouble getting started. User Samson 112. What I want to offer to you is notice this. One of the reasons, 2 reasons you may not be able to get started. I'm going to offer this to you and everybody else, the hundreds of people who are here. Just think about this. See if this applies. One is you may not know where you're going. You may not know why you're doing it. If you're not inspired, like J.M. Torres O's 313 just said, I love your words of inspiration. Thank you. Thank you. Because I know when I am inspired, it like lights a spark on in me. And I'm like, I could do that. That'd be cool. I can dream that my life's going to look and feel that way, right? And you can. I am nobody special. I mean, I'm special in my own way as you are, but trust me, I get short hair and glasses. I am in my mid to late 50s, and, I love my life, and I want you to, too, all right? What I want to offer is not getting started as maybe you're not sure where you're going, what you want your home to look like, home to feel like, how you want it to function. Start to define that so you know where you're headed. The other thing, too, is maybe you know where you're headed, but you're not excited about it. How can you add some sparkle, some pizzazz, some excitement into how good it's going to freaking feel walking around your house when it looks and feels and functions the way you want it to, not anybody else, okay? So that's one thing. How do you get started when you don't know where you're going? It's just like a road trip. That's why the only thing I do on these TikTok lives where I am pointing or saying to look at the camera is when I am pointing at this little map, this little dotted line behind me. You are here on a road trip called your life. This is today. Where does it, take note of where you were back before today, but more importantly, today decide, what do I want my home and life to look like? What do I want my home and life to feel like? How do I want my home and life to function? So that you have something to aim for, okay? The other thing, too, is it may seem overwhelming. I don't know what my life wants. I don't know my life. That's overwhelming. That's too big. Chunk it down. I just did a video within the past few, the most recent ones on my TikTok page. This is where I do a shameless plug and say, hey, because I have no shame, because shame is a irrelevant, keeping you stuck kind of feeling. What I want to offer is, if you like what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, like my TikTok page. I say that because you'll get notified when I do TikTok lives. I also upload videos. You'll notice about those. They'll come up on your page to inspire you, to encourage you to go for it, okay? So what I want to also offer to everybody, if you're looking at it too big, chunk it down. There's a video for that. Chunk it down. Instead of your whole life, how do you want your life to look and feel? Start with your home. Learn how to do this. Learn this process through making your home look better, and then you can copy and paste those same skills to make your life look better, okay? Woo, I'm scrolling up another. There we go. And I will say this. So overwhelming. Overwhelm is just a feeling that keeps you stuck. People, notice it, okay? Oh, human beings not doing it says, love your work, and a wicked lot of O's on there. Love your work. Oh, I love your work. Thank you. So the excitement is so important. Think about it. Think about just being on a road trip, okay? This is what I like to think of. You're sitting in your driveway, in the driver's seat of your car. Think of yourself. You guys, we are all in the driver's seat of our cars. Our car is called life. We can steer in any direction we want. Steer towards a life you're going to love, okay? But what I want to say is notice the difference in how you feel when you say, I'm in my driveway and I'm driving to go to get a root canal, and then to the tax guy, and then to the dump, and then, I don't know, to do something else lousy. Notice how that feels. You're going to spend all day doing that. Notice how before you even leave to do those things, because you're headed to something you're not looking forward to, you have that ugh feeling. On the other hand, as I like to say, on the other hand, how does it feel when you are in your driveway saying, I'm going to drive all day, but I'm going to the beach, where I'm going to the, down to the sea or the mountains or wherever your happy place is? Notice how your energy is different when you're heading to someplace you're excited to. And how can you harness that knowledge and get excited about what you want your home to look and feel like? That energy is a spark. That's why when you turn on your key in your car, you ignite. It's the key into the ignition. Light that spark that gets you excited to want to go there. If you're dragging your feet, the journey's going to smell. It's going to be awful. It's going to be arduous. Who the F wants to do that? Okay? There we go. I love this. PM11208 says, I knew I wasn't going to get all the shelves done. All, nothing. Noticing that. So I did just one shelf. Good on you. And it felt great. I did one shelf and it felt great. Think of that repetition. The more you chunk it down, also, my ADHD people, I'll just offer this. Chunking it down allows you so many more opportunities to get a dopamine rush, okay? There we go. Chasing serotonin. Nice to see you. What I want to offer is, I offer a lot. My friend Suzanne kind of called me on that, but here it is. It's an offer. You don't have to take this unless you want to. This is me just saying, this worked for me. I hope it works for you. And if it doesn't, that's okay. Because there are people this does work for. I have tons of clients, and I'm always adding more clients to my roster whenever I can fit them in, because I really know how much better it feels to, instead of feeling like a victim of your circumstances, when you have control over it, no matter what those are. We start with decluttering your home, but I am helping people. What you learn about decluttering your home has this positive ripple effect into other areas of your life. I don't want to get into details because I respect my clients' privacy, but I will say that this has had such a positive ripple effect on so many other areas of my clients' lives that it's just amazing to see the difference. You know, I mean, one I will share that I swear to God, she even says, if I wasn't coaching with you, I wouldn't have been out on that walk that day and met the love of my life. I have another client that said, if I hadn't if I hadn't coached with you, I never would have gone through that stack of paperwork and found $300 worth of Amazon gift cards that I had forgotten I had. You know, think of it as an adventure. Think of it as a treasure hunt. Even if it's a treasure hunt to see, what treasures do I find in myself? Who do I want to be now? You know? It's so cool. I love it. All right? I love it that Susan Tomiano is saying, oops, I hit the wrong button here, that I love cleaning and organizing. I love picturing my space looking beautiful. Isn't that a nice feeling? When you can picture something, check it out, you guys. When you can picture something in your mind and then create it, how amazing is that? And it doesn't have to be just about your living room or your kitchen. But boy, even if it's just that, how much better will you feel every day of your life when you walk around your house? You know where everything is. It looks good to you. It feels good. You can open up the doors and welcome people in with no drama or stress. You can leave for vacation and have somebody come over and, you know, take care of your animals or water your plants and not be embarrassed because of the way your house is. Okay? You can get repairs done on your house without freaking out about the place being a mess. You can just feel good so much more of the time when you have your home aligned with how you want it to look and feel and function. Now, the wonderful thing is you can decide that. Like, please do not try to replicate your house to mine. My house, our house, in the middle of our street, my husband and I, reflects him and me, he and me, the two of us, driving somewhere, right? On our way back home. How can you make your home a home that you love to be in, that you're not running away from, that you just want to hang out in? Now, I travel a lot. We travel a lot. I freaking love to travel, but I also love to come home in the good feeling of being here, okay? I just want to instill that in you. Light that spark and then take the next step. What's the next step? What could you do today? And this feels like I'm sensing that I'm going to go into an infomercial, so I'm calling myself out, but it's not going to stop me from offering what I know will help, is that signing up for my mailing list, destinationdeclutter.com. Good first step, baby step. It's a very low stress baby step. But if you want to take the next really powerful step, the one that's going to get you going, is schedule a consultation with me. I do one-on-one coaching on Zoom, so you can be anywhere on the planet. That's why I'm showing up at 2:29 Eastern, because I want to help people that are in the States. When I do this, I have a map of the US here with all my like 70 smiley stickers, because I'm a goofball like that, of where my clients are all over the country. And I realized that I want to make sure that I'm getting people in like Nevada, Utah, which one is that? Oregon, listen to me. Idaho, Idaho, all of those. That's why I'm here, to help you. But that's the great thing about Zoom and the internet. We can meet one-on-one for 10 weeks, an hour a week. And man, read the testimonials on my website, destinationdeclutter.com. That's where you also sign up for the mailing list and get a consultation. Do all that stuff, okay? There we go. I love it. Barefoot Eclectic 303 says, your lives definitely keep me moving. Yeah, Colorado. Here's the thing. I will share this with you. When you share what you want in life with the universe, when you make it public, you increase the likelihood it's going to happen. Okay? So like, what I would like by the end of this year, because I just think it would be fun, would be to be able to say, I have helped one paying client at the very least, in each one of the 50 states. Okay, manifesting, look it up, right? Okay, so notice that. And maybe that will help people from different states be like, oh, I'm from one of those states. I don't even know actually what all the states are that I have to do that with because I got my glasses on. But notice that. How do you want your home to look and feel? Put it in the comments. Throw it out there. That will help you remind yourself why you're doing these things, okay? The other cool thing I want to mention too is because Barefoot Eclectic 303 said about the lives definitely keeping me moving. Now the lives are live. I love that because there's a little back and forth. That's why it's so cool with the mailing list that I have when we do our group Zoom, which is going to be next week, is that ability to have that back and forth. Now I forget what I was saying. Oh, just the fact that if you are unable to see the lives, like this might be a random time for you. I try to make my TikTok lives not random. I want you to be able to rely on me and know when I am showing up. So if you like my TikTok page, that's one way of finding that out. But also if you go to my TikTok page, what you will notice is across the top of it, you will notice three pinned posts, because that's all you can do. But one of them is always changing because it's going to be the schedule of my TikTok lives. Now, if you want to know the next time I'm going to be live, look at that and schedule it to come in so you do it live. But if you can't show up live, I get it. My life is flexible and I keep it that way so I can bop around. What was it? Bebop around. One of my new clients was using that phrase. I love it. Different times and different days. But if you can't make it, no worries. There's a Destination Decluttered, YouTube channel that I download I download the TikTok lives and I upload them there because all of y'all have told me that it is really helpful for you to kind of do body doubling. ADHD folks, body doubling. Have somebody to listen to. Have a friend. Have that positive kind of co-pilot voice saying, you can do this, you've got this, while you are decluttering. So you can listen to one of the pre-recorded lives on the Destination Decluttered page while you're decluttering. Even now, people, you could, right now, I bet, you could get from sitting to standing, and you could put me on earbuds or on speaker and walk around your house for the next 28 minutes. And oh my gosh, I am always amazed at how much we think we need so much time to make a difference. Chunk it down. You could make such a major difference in how your home looks and feels and functions, and therefore how you feel for the rest of the freaking day, to be like, check out what I did. This place looks better. Even in the next 27 minutes while I'm still talking live here on the phone, right? Don't just sit there and allow life to kind of happen at you. Get up and participate in it. Make the life you want. Get up, stand up for your rights, right? Okay? You can do this. It is not rocket science. You know where things go. You can put some trash in the trash while I'm doing this live. You can put some recycles in the recycle bin while I'm doing this live. You can put some clean clothes away, maybe. You can put some dirty clothes in the laundry. You can fold some clothes. You can clear off a table, a surface, right? There are many things on the surface clutter that you can do without having to really engage your thinking brain. Now, once you get into your stored clutter, and especially your sentimental clutter, that's when you need to listen to your brain a little bit more. But oh my gosh, there's plenty you can do to make your life better. And I was thinking to myself, that's why I was pausing, was like, why aren't you? Oh my gosh, if this works. I know you probably have fears and unhelpful thoughts because that's what keeps everybody stuck. That's why I'm here to help you calm up. I love it. Stephanie is saying, I set an alarm for 10 minutes and I get so much done. An hour is too much for my anxiety. Notice that. 10 minutes a day makes a difference. Don't get yourself anxious. And then if you did 10 minutes, it's kind of like once you're on a roll, notice that. Once you get some momentum, you might do more. I love it. Barefoot Eclectic is doing some surface cleaning now. There we go. What else do we have here? I love your goofball. I come to say I like your goofballness. You know what? Let me share with you. This is who I am. It is so much easier to just show up who I am than try to pretend I am not. I will share this with you guys. So I only recently got my decluttering life coach. Well, not decluttering, my life coaching certification. I have wanted to help people pretty much all my life. And I have done that. I have gone into people's homes, my family, my friends, other people, and helped them with their clutter. But I dragged my feet on being a coach because the only coaches I saw in the coaching space, I did not vibe with. They seemed nice, don't get me wrong, but they seemed like not the people I would want to hang out with. They seemed too perfect and professional and, I don't know, corporate, like it just wasn't my thing. Then I found some people that I was like, oh, I like how you explain these things. And then when the people that I liked explain things said, you know what, just show up as yourself. There's so many people trying to fit into some molds that the more you get more real life people showing up on the internet, especially with AI, you're going to stand out. So I was like, well, I can stand out by being like the glasses wearing, short haired, 50 plus woman who's like, I don't know, cracks jokes and sings and does decluttering. I think that's pretty much like me. If somebody else is out there, I'd like to meet them, right? So here's the deal. I can do that confidently because I've learned what's important to me. What do I want in my life and what do I not care about anymore? I do not care about so much stuff that didn't matter in the first place. And I want to save you decades of struggle, caring about stuff that just doesn't matter to you anymore. Okay? There we go. That's me. All right, what do we got some here? Oh, I love it. User Samson 1112. I've been in control before and want to get that back. Easy. You know what you do? Put your hands on the steering wheel. You are in control of your life at all times. Even if you feel like you're out of control, what you want to do is you want to slow down and stop just momentarily and say, wait a minute. I feel out of control. I was talking about the hamster wheel yesterday with one of my one-on-one clients. Get off of that hamster wheel. Slow down. Breathe down. Write it down. Get in touch with when you're stopped saying, where was I headed? Was I enjoying getting there? If not, what can I do? And then be conscious of driving in the direction that you want, the way you want your home to look, feel, and function, and getting there at your own pace. That somebody just said, where is it? Oh, I want to quote it because it was good. PM 11208 says, I like it set to my comfort level and not some sort of arbitrary minimalist level. No, your house is your house. I love that everybody's home looks and feels differently because everybody's different. What's important is when you feel good in your home will feel good to other people. And you're going to do it for yourself because you want to feel good. And then that feel good just kind of radiates all over the place. Okay? All right, Susie Cloud 14 is saying, I bought beautiful vintage curtains. I have no place to put them, but hate to throw them away. Susie Cloud 14 and everybody else, just notice there are so many places that you can do things with before going from I have it to it needs to be thrown away. Notice that. There are many steps. You can donate them someplace. You can sell them to somebody. You can give them to somebody who might like them, okay? You don't need to throw them away. And what I want to suggest too is think about the joy you will give somebody else when you put the things that no longer work for you out back into the world. I've done a ton of that in my life. I have collected a ton of stuff, and the collecting was fun. It distracted me from the other areas of my life when I didn't have control. It honed in on what I like and what I didn't like. It distracted me. It kept me busy thinking of small things because I was too busy doing that to realize I had no idea where my life was going, or I knew where it was going and I didn't like it, so I just avoided it, right? But what I want to offer is, they sound really cool. Like, take a picture of them, share them with somebody. Say, hey, would somebody like this? I have done that, and it has been so fun. I have made such great, and even a client yesterday I was talking to, she said she decided that she wants to do more of this, like the Facebook Marketplace, because she has met some people who've then become friends because of she's giving away stuff. She meets people in her life. And you know what the neat thing is, Susie Cloud? I will offer this, is how cool is it that you liked these vintage curtains? When you find somebody else out there who likes the vintage curtains, I can't pronounce it, you are going to have a connection with that person because they also like vintage stuff, right? Some of the vintage stuff I have on these shelves right back here. I've got vintage train cases, and I've bought them at thrift stores. I've bought them at yard sales. I have gotten them at vintage stores. And it's so cool when I go to a place and I connect with somebody who loves this thing and is like, isn't this cool? And I say, yes, it is. I want to buy it. I thought it was cool too. You meet your people. You meet your people when you're connecting up with it. And even if you're not, maybe it's just a bread maker you don't use anymore, right? Maybe it's that. But maybe it's really cool that you made bread at a time and now you're done, kind of like COVID or whatever, and now you can help somebody else make bread because they're excited about it. We all go through waves in our lives. These are the waves of our lives. These are the days of our lives, right? So just notice that. Holly L. Miller is saying, I want to not have to worry when people come over. Notice that. What are you worried about? Just notice these things. Slow down and notice. If you looked around your house, you're going to notice the things that you would cringe if somebody looked at, right? Ugh, I don't want them to see that. What is that? And that's maybe where you can start, right? You could also give yourself an arbitrary date. How about this? It's enough months away that you could say, I'm going to have a Christmas party this year, or a holiday party, or I'm going to have people over the weekend before Thanksgiving, and I'm going to welcome them into my home. Give yourself a due date. Get some urgency. The longer you wait to start, all you're doing is delaying getting there and being there and hanging out in the cool place, right? All right, here we go. What else do we have here for the next 21 minutes or so? See, there we go. Infinite Pile just said, I forgot how much I enjoy folding laundry while watching TikTok. Yeah, you can multitask with those things. Mother of Three Pearl says, every time I get up, even during my workday, I pick a thing to do. Throw something out, pick it up. Every little bit helps. Rock on with your bad self. Okay? There we go. Here we go. What do we have? Yep. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just do something. Oh my gosh, you guys. Perfection is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Perfection, all or nothing, judgment, they are all on like the unhelpful side of the alignment. They are the things that keep you stuck, that make you feel like crap, keeping you stuck. On the other hand, you can do something about it. Even just saying to yourself, I can do something about this. There are many things in the world in our lives we can't do a lot about. It's out of our hands. But on the other hand, you can do something about the clutter in your home. You can. And isn't that a great feeling to know you have control over that? There we go. Every day this week, I got up and tackled one thing. I love it. Your home looks and feels better already, and it's only what? Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. All right. Peg Ashman found a Christmas ornament hanging from a dining room chandelier. How funny is that? You know what that is? Notice how you become blind to these things. I like to quote the musical Oliver, because I used to love that growing up. What was his name? Jack something. He was on HR Puffin stuff. Then Davy Jones, the Artful Dodger. Ooh, so cute. I was like 6 years old and I thought he was so cute. But, consider yourself part of the furniture, right? Some of these things become part of the furniture. You don't even use them anymore. You don't even see them anymore until you kind of rub your eyes and look at it with fresh eyes, right? Take some pictures around your house. Even do this. Even pull your camera up. Here's my camera. I've been using this on some of my things. Like your digital camera, right? And walk around and just notice what your home looks like through the viewfinder. You're going to see different things. You're going to notice things that you haven't noticed before. Like how my camera smells like suntan lotion. Okay? And notice those things again, and then you can do something about them. Don't become blind to it. You know when you're not blind to it, because you can see it through other people's eyes. When you imagine somebody coming to the door, all of a sudden all that stuff becomes obvious. When you see it, you can do something about it. Awareness, okay? There we go. What else do we have? Yep, better not perfect. Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now my living room floor is clear. That is awesome. What else? Yes, collected them to distract yourself. Just notice that. That is okay. To notice that in the past about yourself. Everybody, I think I keep things, says Renee, because I'm struggling to feel useful or wanted myself. That's deep stuff, but that's good stuff. Because when you get to that level, what I want to offer, Renee, is just notice that and look for evidence. I bet you are useful. I know you are useful, and I know you are wanted. Look for evidence of that. You will find it. You look for evidence of the negative. Hell yeah, you're going to find that. Start paying attention to the more helpful thoughts, the thoughts that come from love, the thoughts that inspire, that encourage you, that make you want to take action. Not that stuff that makes you feel like shit and beat you up. Okay? There we go. Maria Teresa Pack, sorry, Manglite. Something hard happened, and it's like, I don't care, but I want to care again. That's okay. Things will happen. You will do things. You will stumble. You will fall. But you know what? You can get back up again. You get knocked down. You get back up again. I'm doing Chumbawamba. I've got a little Fred Astaire action happening. I'm going to not sing about pick yourself up, dust yourself off, start all over again. Oh, I just sang, right? Okay, you guys, you got this. Okay, I said I was going to do a Christmas party, and I'm afraid to schedule it. Okay, so notice that. Schedule it. When you get specific. I'll help you out here. I'm looking at my calendar right here. And thank you for everybody who's signing up for the Destination Decluttered email mailing list. I just happened to notice that when I'm looking at my calendar here. Or my email, destinationdecluttered.com/join. We got a Zoom call coming up next week. If you want to get started, and who is that? PM118. I'm not saying that you should sign up for my coaching, but if you want 10 weeks of support and encouragement and process and accountability and all the good stuff of a friendly, helpful co-pilot on the road trip towards fun nature, that's what coaching is. So you could sign up for a coaching consultation to learn about how one-on-one coaching. But what I'm saying is, okay, so here we got December Christmas parties. You've got the weekend of December 2 and 3. You've got the weekend of December 9 and 10. You've got the weekend of December 16th and 17th. Then, unless you want to do it right before Christmas, because everybody, just so you know, Christmas is December 25th is a Monday this year, so that's a long weekend, so you might not want to do it there. Get specific, and then notice that giving yourself a deadline, but starting early enough that you're not getting frantic about it and doing a little bit every day is going to make you feel better immediately from the get-go, and also you're heading towards something that you're going to delight in, okay? You can do this, all right? There we go. Barefoot Eclectic is saying, learning to put things away has helped me. I'm glad that. Learning that. What that is, let me help you with this. And I love this because PM21108 has a habit, our family has the habit of not completing things, like opening a box and not throwing it away. I love that you're noticing it's a habit, because that's what I was going to say, learning to put things away as opposed to down. Decluttering, people, just so you know, there's two parts of it. There's decluttering, is like kind of decluttering the accumulated clutter, reducing the sheer volume, the number of items you have in your home, so you're at a good level. But then it's also changing your daily habits, that you stay decluttered, that you put things away, that you complete opening a box and throwing away the stuff, and you just repeat it till it gets to be a habit. Okay? I love it. Peaceful Dies is still going. There you go. Rock on, person. There we go. Better than it was is my motto. Same as it ever was. Was that? That was the Talking Heads. But yes, there we go. Yes, Jack Wild. Thank you, Sherry Aarons. I'm catching up on these. Yes, Jack Wild. There we go. Thanksgiving at my house. Maria Teresa Pack. Yeah, how good is it going to feel? Hey, I procrastinated for years to get rid of the clutter. I felt overwhelmed to start, but feel happy. Marianne, notice this. Everybody, notice the verb tenses she used. I know this is nerdy person for somebody who wasn't even an English major, but it is so important. Start to refer to your unhelpful habits in the past tense. I used to do that. Now I am doing this better thing. I felt overwhelmed, but now I feel happy because I did something about it. Okay? Just notice that. This is interesting name here. You always bully me into doing something helpful. I don't bully. I don't. I show up in love and encouragement. Bullying to me shuts me down. You know what? So don't even worry about it. I don't even take offense to that because I know it's so not true. But I love name here that you're doing something helpful. Okay? Just notice your words and how it makes you feel versus being inspired as opposed to bullying. That's why I hate doing this kind of thing. Like, you got to do this. You can't do this until you do this. You can't have fun until you clean your house. Is anybody delaying joy because their house isn't clean? I have clients who said that. I feel like I can't go do the things I want to do in life because my house is a mess. I'm going to delay my joy until my house is not a mess anymore. But then I don't know how to keep my house unmessy, so therefore I never do the joy. I call poop on that. That's why I call things, this is a road trip, people. You're going to enjoy yourself. When you coach with me, it's about enjoying the ride. It's about having a wonderful ride, as Dewey Cox would sing. Right? Notice that. Yes, get really curious about verb tenses. The words you use are so powerful. And I learn this every time I show up to a TikTok live, because all I ever get is the written word. So all I get is that. I also listen really well. I am such a good listener that I pick up things that you say and then I share them with you to help you get insight. You know? What are the thoughts about buying something to motivate you? What would you buy that would motivate you? I say, Renee, you know what I would say is, I would say, like, motivate yourself internally. Motivate yourself internally to do it for those reasons, and then that's a lasting thing. Connecting yourself up with, you want you to look in your home and life to look and feel and function better, then you never have to buy it. Then you could save that money for like a trip or something. Okay? There we go. Okay, I know you aren't bullying, I was teasing, but you do make me want to be productive. I need that. Okay. But notice when you're bullying yourself or anybody else that it feels kind of crappy. I'm not here to make you feel crappy. I don't want to do that. I have been a manager all my life. I'm the oldest of 3 kids. Now, my sister would tell you that I'm a bossy person. Maybe so, but I like to boss with love. I like to encourage people. I don't care. I mean, at the end of the day, my home, I love my home. I just want you to feel as good about your life and home as I do about mine, and I'm sharing what I know. If you decide to take me up on it, that's your, I hope you do, but if you don't, that's on you. You know? There you go. Buying new pillows to motivate you to make your bed, you could do that. But notice what you're trying to do. You're adding more items. You know, you should up your vibe. Like, if it, you know what I mean? Totally up the vibe. If the pillows you have are lousy, sure, up the vibe of your bed so you want to make it. But why don't you why don't you do this kind of a little as a reward thing? So a little kind of, again, not shameless plug, but when you sign up for the Destination Decluttered email mailing list, there is a habit tracker attached there. I'm always putting it away, and it looks like, is this it? Yes. Okay. What you do, how about this? Renee, this might be kind of fun, huh? I like to make things fun. I made the habit tracker fun because what I say is you put the dates up here. It's a PDF, it's attached, print it out for the rest of your life. It's a gift. I know this is going to help you because what this does is it reminds you to show up every day for enough time so that you are creating a new neural pathway in your brain. You've got a little traffic cop that's stopping you from doing the thing that gets you to an unmade bed, and you're practicing a new habit. Every time you practice a new habit, it gets stronger in your brain to just do that. And if you do it long enough, it just becomes what you do. So how about this? Sign up for the mailing list, destinationdecluttered.com, /join. Get the habit tracker. This one has 10 items about how to, my daily milestones about decluttering. There's also a blank one that you can write it down. Write down, make my bed for 30 days. Then put today's date, put 30 days. When you do that, maybe you reward yourself with a new pillow or 2, you know? Yeah, it's short-term motivation. You get it? Seriously, the motivation, the external stuff, and notice you're going external to buy something. That's why we have too much stuff to begin with. We go external and think we're going to solve our problems by buying a thing. Now, the funny thing is my coaching that I do one-on-one costs money. So technically you're buying a thing, but it's not really a thing. What it is a way of thinking and doing that's different, that lasts you for the rest of your life. So, oh my gosh, I know I charge money. I charge a pittance compared to some people, and I'm telling you, it's a freaking bargain. My prices are going to raise as you know what I mean? You know what? They do raise. They do. Because my time becomes more valuable, and I need to be available to more people, okay? What I want to suggest to you is go internal. Find the internal motivation, learn how to do it there, and then you can do it with everything, okay? Every type B person needs a type A and vice versa. Yeah, could be. Barefoot Eclecta says, I bought clear bins for the pantry. The reward was a clean pantry. There you go. There we go. Yeah, so Maria Teresa, PAC, currently my 10-week coaching program is $1,500. Oh my God. You divide that out by even just those 10 weeks, it's a pittance every day. You divide it out by the amount of time you're going to be living on the planet and using these tools and these ways of thinking and acting. It is a gift. It is a gift. The price is going to go up, though. I just will say that because my time, the more clients I get, the more I have to kind of, make a decision about I'm only one person, so that's how I help scale. Okay? There we go. Info Slinger says, lol, just got distracted from decluttering and stumbled on this. Thanks for the redirect. Don't thank me, thank the universe. Okay? The other thing too, I feel like I should do a little disclaimer because this is a TikTok live on whatever day, Wednesday, August 9th of 2023. For those of you who are watching this TikTok live that has been recorded, and uploaded to the Destination Decluttered email list. No, sorry. Flip it and reverse it. The YouTube channel. If you're looking at it in the future, when you get in touch with me, my prices may have changed from then. All right? That's like the little asterisk, okay? It's true. Okay, you're welcome. Because you know what? I think what I'm doing is so good, and I think it is such a freaking value. I mean, God, it's so amazing. You could go to Target and easily spend $2,000 on something that you get at home and it doesn't work, right? This is why I feel so good about what I do, how I do it, and I'm just here to help you, you know? So here I am, 4 minutes to go, and then I'm going to sign off because I want to go out and live my life that I love. So Destination Decluttered. My name is Beth, but please just remember about that, okay? What I want to suggest is if your home isn't looking and feeling the way you want it to, if your life isn't looking the way you feel it, I am a decluttering life coach. So yes, we get your house looking and feeling and functioning good, but we also do it in a way that you can copy and paste what you learn about getting your home looking and feeling good, and you can use those same processes in every area of your life. I do TikTok lives. I have there is a mailing list, a cool list you can join that gets all sorts of good stuff. We're having a group Zoom call next week. You will get invited to that when you sign up. That's at destinationdecluttered.com/join. If you want me as your one-on-one coach. This is the best. This is like getting out like a personal trainer for 10 weeks. A personal trainer for you and thinking and acting differently about your home. There's testimonials all over the place on my website because I have so many awesome clients that I've worked with. I want to work with more awesome people in the future. I want to work with people who are ready and eager and are saying, enough of this. What I was doing wasn't working. I want to do something different because I want a different life. I want my home to look different. I want my life to feel different. Okay? And there we go. Live the life you love. Oh my gosh. Like, if that isn't a thing, right? You know, it is. It's so true. I want you to live a life you love. And the way I treat it, you know, live the life you love. You may do it your way. And how I do it is by treating life like a road trip. Okay? So just think about this. Let me share this with you and see if this sparks it, makes you look at something, think of something differently. Because when you think of things differently, you do things differently. Okay? You are here on the map of your life. You got here a certain way by doing certain things. All right? Picture yourself not on a boat in a river, but in the driver's seat of a car with your hands on the steering wheel. You have the ability to steer towards the life you love. Your destination is a life you love. The way your home looks, the way your life is, you can steer towards that. You can step on the gas and do things to get you towards that. The reason you may not be doing that is you may have some roadblocks, some ways of not knowing a process, of not knowing how to use all the tools in the car, all the things. That may keep you stuck. You may get distracted because you're afraid and start driving down a wrong road away from that. What I do is I help you like a co-pilot, like a coach, like a driver's ed teacher. I show you how to use the power you have behind the wheel. You practice it. You see the difference. You get better every day. And then by the end of even just 10 weeks together doing one-on-one coaching, you know how to do this. It's like you get not only your learner's permit, you get your license, and then you practice this for the rest of your life, getting better and better until it just becomes a way of thinking and doing, thinking and feeling and doing that gets you and your home looking the way you want it to, feeling the way you want it to, and functioning the way you want it to. There we go. Chasing serotonin is getting really struggly with electronic clutter, getting behind on labeling and filing docs on computer. What I will offer is digital clutter is different from physical clutter in that you can find things digitally in different ways than you can with physical clutter. Okay? What I would suggest, I'd just be curious about curiosity and love, people. It's like peace and love. Ringo, curiosity and love. Are you avoiding the clutter in your exterior world by focusing on the electronic? I don't know. I'm just curious. Okay. There we go. Lori Ann, you're welcome. I will be doing another TikTok live at some point. Today was today's. I'm going to go out and take a nice walk. It's a beautiful day. Oh, tomorrow morning, Thursday, August 10th, 9 a.m. Eastern. I will be there. Again, I am here for you. I want you, when you're ready, only you can take the next right step for you. But when you do that, like, the help appears. The help has already appeared to say to you, if you want to move forward in your life, getting your home looking and feeling and functioning, there is help there. I may not be your help. I hope I am. If I am, sign up for a consultation. We'll make it happen. But just know, getting help is the best way to get you where you want to go. All right, there we go. Now I'm signing off. I will see you guys tomorrow. Remember, drive your life in the direction of your dreams. All right, see ya. Bye.